Good Friday morning, family. Welcome back to Poppaprepper. Tommy here. Hope you all had a blessed week, productive week. Looks like we might be getting a break. Well, in my area, might be getting a break from this heat next week. Sounds like we're getting a little bit of rain outside. Love having a tin roof or metal roof. Um, Guys, I'll try not to keep you too long this morning. I know it's Friday and you got things to do. And there's a lot of things going on all over the place. A lot of things that could go sideways real quick. Um, and before I go any further, I want to thank OFC Nation last night, Rob, for joining us last night. Awesome live stream. I really enjoyed it. Got a lot of positive feedback for it. Brother, I appreciate it. Man, you're welcome back here anytime. Just let me know. But anyway, there's a lot of things going on that could pop off at any time, or could cause things to pop off, in my opinion. One of those things is, and everything. I didn't want to mess with StreamYard, so all these articles that I read you today, you can go to newsmax.com, read them for yourself. But the first one I want to hit on this morning is Biden to allow eviction moratorium to expire Saturday. What that means, that everybody that's been safe and not being able to be evicted from their home because of being out of work, or they're making more from all this free money than actually working, that all comes to an end Saturday. Which, granted, now they'll have to give these folks, if this, I don't actually see this playing out. Possibly. The only way that it'll play out is if the Republicans absolutely block them signing it, to extend it. And I really don't think that'll happen. But, granted, these people will have to be given, I think it's 30 to 90 days, depending on where you're located. They can't just come in and say, you got till Monday to be out. But the Biden administration announced Thursday it will allow a nationwide ban on evictions to expire Saturday, arguing that its hands are tied after the Supreme Court signaled the moratorium would only be extended until the end of the month. The White House said President Joe Biden would have liked to extend the federal eviction due to spread of the highly contagious Delta variant of the coronavirus. Instead, Biden called on Congress to extend the eviction moratorium to protect such vulnerable renters and their families without delay. Aides to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Sherrod Brown, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs, said they are working on legislations to extend the moratorium. Democrats will try to pass a bill as soon as possible and are urging Republicans not to block it. This was put in place last September by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Given the recent spread of the Delta variant, including among those Americans both most likely to face evictions and lacking vaccinations, President Biden would have strongly supported a decision by the CDC to further extend this eviction moratorium to protect renters at this moment of heightened vulnerability, the White House said in a statement. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court has made clear that this option is no longer available. The court mustered a bare 5-4 majority last month to allow the eviction ban to continue through the end of July. One of those in the majority, Justice Brett Kavanaugh, made clear he would block any additional extensions unless there was clear and specific congressional authorization. By the end of March, 6.4 million American households were behind on their rent, according to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. As of July 5th, roughly 3.6 million people in the U.S. said they faced eviction in the next 2 months, according to the U.S. Census Bureau's household Pulse survey. And it goes on to talk more about the CDC and all their glory and, how. Anyway, so it's possible. There's going to be 3.4 million people in the U.S. will be evicted Saturday. Tomorrow. That could get, like I said, they have to give them, I know, at least 30 days to get out or get the rent caught up. In a lot of places, once the eviction started, it's done. Even if you have your rent money, you can catch it up, whatever, it's done. So that could lead to a lot of things. Obviously, theft could possibly go through the roof. Violence, without a doubt. Because people are going to be desperate. Very desperate. And, especially we as parents know there's nothing you wouldn't do for your child. If you're homeless and your child's hungry and, you have absolutely nowhere to go, no way to get food, you're going to do some bad things to good people. So, definitely I would watch this situation very closely. Like I said, everything is on newsmax.com. Anything that you want to read, and not just these articles, it's chock full. They do lean towards the right. I'll give it that. But it's not like, extreme right, Trump's still president kind of stuff. So, it's pretty reliable. The next story here that, I'm going to play the first, 30 seconds of this. I'll turn this up a little bit so hopefully you guys can hear it okay. And listen to this fool. Listen to what he says, and then I'll pause it because I'm not going to sit here make you listen to 38 minutes of Joseph Biden.
Good afternoon. Today I want to talk to you about COVID-19. Maybe the best way to start is, in a significant part of the country, you wouldn't have to take one of these off. You don't have to put one on. Like in my home state of Delaware, where I live in Newcastle County, where I was yesterday in Pennsylvania, because people got vaccinated.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Now, he just said if we was vaccinated, you wouldn't have to wear one of these. Now, hey, there's a cat in here. Now, didn't they just bring back the mandates because even vaccinated folks can spread it? But now he just said, oh, that's right, that's what they do. Okay.
They got vaccinated. They don't need a mask when the vast majority of people got vaccinated. Look,
but they just brought mask mandates back for the unvaxxed as well as the vaxxed.
I want to talk about what's really happening, what it means, what it doesn't mean, and what we need to do this week and the months ahead. For the moment I was elected, I said I'd always give it to you straight from the shoulder. And we need some straight talk right now. Because there's a lot of fear and misinformation in the country. And we need to cut through it with facts, with science, with the truth. So, what's really happening today? After months and months of...
You don't even know what happened 3 minutes ago, let alone today.
Cases going down. We're seeing a spike in COVID cases. They're going up. Why? Because of this new form, this new variant called the Delta variant. This is a much different variant than the one we dealt with previously. It's highly transmissible, and it's causing a new wave of cases in those who are not vaccinated. Our experts tell me that cases will go up further before they start to come back down. But while cases are on the rise, we're not likely to see, according to experts, a comparable rise in hospitalizations or deaths in most areas of the country. So you have to ask yourself, why is that? Because 164 million Americans are fully vaccinated. including 80% of the most vulnerable, our seniors. So there's a challenge.
Anyway, that's enough because I'm just going to sit here and get even more irritated. He just blatantly lied, contradicted himself, and I guess we all need to move to Pennsylvania. Maybe. I mean, I guess you don't have to wear them. He just said you wouldn't have to wear these if you lived in a state like mine, Pennsylvania. So, I guess you don't have to wear a mask, and COVID-19 is not transmissible in Pennsylvania. Anyway, long story short, amid federal worker vaccine mandates announced by President Joe Biden, the White House is asking the Pentagon to look into how and when the COVID-19 vaccination will be mandated for members of the military. At a briefing before reporters Thursday, Biden said the unvaccinated present a problem for public health. It's still a question the federal government can mandate the whole country to be vaccinated, Biden told reporters. I don't know that yet. I don't know that yet. Which means they're working on it. I guarantee you they're working on it. Yet, you tell me how nobody could give him a straight answer to that question. Can we make the whole country vaccinate? Can we mandate that? Out of all these government officials and everybody, he couldn't get a profound yes or no. That means they're going to make the choice to, yes, we can do that. I would almost have you write this down, this time, this date, because I would almost guarantee you that's going to happen. Anyway, Biden is directing the Department of Defense to look into how and when they will add COVID-19 vaccinations to the list of required vaccinations for members of the military, according to White House fact sheet released before the briefing. This is particularly important because our troops serve in places throughout the world. Many where vaccination rates are low and disease is prevalent. It's not a hidden fact. Okay, YouTube? You can still carry it if you're vaccinated. You can still transmit it if you're vaccinated. You can get it again if you're vaccinated. What's the point? Make up your mind. That's what is pissing people off, because we don't need it. If you feel you need it and you're worried for your personal reasons, I get it. That's fine. But these people that are just pushing an agenda, that's what's going to cause things to pop off. Because the dude can't even talk for a half hour without contradicting himself about 47 different times. The Department of Veterans Affairs took the common sense and important step of requiring their healthcare providers and personnel to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 earlier this week. Too many veterans have already lost their lives to this virus, and veterans and their families deserve nothing less than us doing everything we can to protect their health, the fact sheet continued. You know what? If them veterans wanted that vaccination, they would have got it by now. It's available everywhere. I mean, you can go to Walmart and get it. You can go to your local see, I'm getting irritated. You can go to your local drugstore and get it. You know, hell, they set up outside of our Dollar General a couple weeks ago giving it out at the Dollar General store. I'd love to see how many that was. I guarantee. I bet they were bored that day. The public health, healthcare, and medical community are unified in support of these actions. On Monday, over 50 leading healthcare societies and organizations called for all healthcare and long-term care employees to require their workers to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. I've been in healthcare for 24 years. Okay? They asked me one time about 8 months ago if I would be interested in the vaccination. I told them no. Never went any farther. I mean, I did get one email that said we strongly suggest everybody to partake in the vaccination, yada, yada, yada. That's as far as it went. So, all these, well, it says over 50 leading, so I'll give them that. But I'm telling you, if they require this for all healthcare, like it says right here, for all healthcare and long-term care employers, which is nursing homes, hospice, home health care, if they require that, all that's going to do is make people that need our help suffer. Because anybody that wants it could have had it by now. I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. But what do they not understand? We don't want it. No. No. There's that word again. So easy to say. No. At the end of the media session, Biden had a contentious exchange with a White House correspondent from Fox News who asked the president why he is backing off his claim that vaccination would keep America from being required to wear a mask. Biden heatedly responded that the Delta variant and America's unvaccinated have altered that view among public health experts. So there it is again. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Wear a mask inside. Wear 2 of them. You don't have social distance no more. Give me a hug. Nope. Back up. Back up. Where's your mask? Jesus Lord, people. I just better let that one go. Go on to my next one here. This one. This one's... Hold on, let me bring it up here. Okay, check this out. U.S. Attorney General Garland could sue Texas over new immigration order. Okay. United States Attorney General Merrick Garland is threatening to sue Texas in response to Governor Greg Abbott's executive order, which instructs law enforcement to stop any vehicle suspected of carrying immigrants or migrants who cross the southern border. Garland, according to local news station CBS Dallas-Fort Worth, called Abbott's order in a letter both dangerous and unlawful. Abbott issued the executive order on Wednesday in lieu of migrants who pose a risk of carrying COVID-19 into Texas communities, that was a quote, while directing the Texas Department of Public Safety to stop any vehicle suspected of carrying illegal migrants. Okay, now I understand. I do understand the Attorney General, his point. Okay, you're not going to pull over a BMW thinking that they're, hauling immigrants in illegally. What he's talking about is weird, suspicious looking buses, bread trucks, stuff you can I'm sure the people that work on the border could point these vehicles out in a 70 car lineup. You know what I mean? They know what to look for. It's not like they're just going to be annoying people and harassing, citizens just to have something to do. Because believe me, they've got plenty to do. This executive order will reduce the risk of COVID-19 exposure in our communities, he added. But according to Garland, Abbott's order would violate federal law in numerous respects, while adding that Texas does not have authority to interfere with the United States immigration enforcement. Then, whose job is it? Apparently nobody in the White House. They're coming over by the thousands. They want to blame all the unvaccinated people for the spikes and blah, blah, blah. What about the thousands, if not millions, of illegal immigrants that's walking right into North America and being welcomed and relocated and distributed everywhere throughout the United States? Could they be causing the uprising? Excuse me, the uptick of the numbers, the new cases, the spreading? That couldn't be it, right? I mean, they're unvaccinated, but that's cool. We'll just welcome them in. And they might not be unvaccinated. Who knows? It don't matter at this point, because vaccinated can spread it. They can get it twice. It don't matter. Wear your mask. Lord. The order would jeopardize the health and safety of non-citizens in federal government custody, federal law enforcement personnel, and their families, and our communities, Garland's letter reads. Among other harms, the order would... Hold on a second. The order would prolong overcrowding in facilities and shelters and obstruct the federal government's arrangements with state, local, and non-governmental partners to ensure that released individuals are transported for appropriate COVID-19 testing to address public health concerns. Okay, we've all seen the footage of what these retention centers and everything look like on the border. They are overran with people. They're filthy. And we all know that they're dispersing them throughout the nation. So everything that is a lie. It obstructs the federal government's arrangements with state, local, and non-governmental partners to ensure that released individuals are transported for appropriate COVID-19 testing to address public health concerns. It's like anything that happens, anything that goes on in this world, it's because of CV-19. It don't matter what it is. Man, I got trashed the other night at the bar. Thought I could drive home, wrap my truck right around a phone pole, because I was thinking about COVID-19. It's everything's blamed on COVID-19. I mean, you ever heard the expression, it's like beating a dead horse? This horse died over a year ago, and they're still beating it. Anyway, guys, like I said, there's a lot of different things. They're really trying to push their hand. I mean, they've been doing it for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And I'm telling you, and if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit it. I have no problem with that. But by him standing there saying he couldn't get an answer to whether he could mandate the entire country to get vaccinated, that lets me know that they're pushing for it. I mean, I guarantee you, it's being wrote up as we speak, or as I speak. They're trying to figure out how to make it happen. Because, I'm not no great professor of politics or anything like that, but you'd have to be a damn fool not to think there's not somebody there that could give him an answer as to yes or no, we can do this or not. You see, I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Like, all these people, that can, yes, that's legal. Nope, like this guy gonna sue Texas because they're pulling people over looking for immigrants. You can't do that. It says here in blah, 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 section blah, 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 but you don't know if you can mandate a vaccine or not? Come on, America. We know better. It's coming. No. Stand up. Say no. Take your vaccine. Stick it up your rear end. And push the little button. Plunger. But anyway, guys, a lot of things going on. is what it's coming down to. And all these conspiracy theories, like we talked about Alex Jones for a minute last night. Stuff he said 6 or 7 months ago, people thought he was nuts. It's happening right now. And I'm not saying that's a reliable source. I'm not saying that. But conspiracy theories are becoming conspiracy facts very quickly. Like we said, they banned people a year ago from Facebook, and everybody that insisted that this came from a lab in Wuhan, released, leaked, whatever, on purpose. No, get out of here with all that junk. Get them off social media. A year later, the man himself, Dr. Anthony Fauci, is on trial because it more than obviously was leaked from a lab in Wuhan, China. I mean, they spin it however they want to fit the narrative. That's what I'm saying. I firmly believe. And people can comment all they want, tell me I'm nuts, tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't. I'm telling you, they are going to mandate this vaccination. Are you ready to say no? If in your heart of hearts, you're not taking this, are you going to say no? Or are you going to fall in line? I don't know what the outcome will be for those of us that say no. But I'm going to find out. Keep on top of your preps, guys. Keep working them gardens. Butchering them chickens. Rabbits. I got you 5. Keep stacking it. Because I'm telling you, especially if you say no, you're going to need them preps. You're going to need anything you can get your hands on, because we are going to be outlaws. We almost are now. They're already turning over half of the nation against us. Seeds are back in stock, guys. The spreaders are back in stock. You can afford it? Absolutely. Again, I'll say it as many times as I have to. I'm not trying to scare nobody. At all. And I think you guys know that you need to be not scared, but you need to be worried. I'm not a fearmonger. I'm absolutely not. You guys know that. But I said last week, I'm not sugarcoating anymore. I'm not tiptoeing. The stuff needs to be done. Please, guys, do what you can to be ready in the least amount of time as you can do it. Till next time, guys. God bless you guys. I do sincerely love each and every one of you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I know it's cliche and everybody says it, but stack it to the rafters, guys. Like I said before, if you can't afford a spreader and seeds, improvise. While we still got internet. While we still got YouTube. There's DIY projects everywhere to ensure safety. Till next time, guys. Poppaprepper out.